Hello, everyone. Well, today I want to make a humble appeal to all my WhatsApp friends, my Facebook friends, my YouTube subscribers, and also all those people who follow me on Instagram. It's a humble appeal. What does the dictionary say about the word appeal? What is the meaning of appeal? Appeal is, this is according to the dictionary. It's a Appeal is a serious, urgent, or heartfelt request. And I want to make that humble appeal to all of y'all. But before I make the appeal, I want to tell you a short story. Some of you would have heard this story before, but that's okay. Hear it once again. And for those who've not heard it before, well, it's something new for you. And I want to say this story because with this story, I'm going to connect this humble appeal. And the story goes like this. Remember, it's just a story, okay? Now, there was a certain village, and it was raining like cats and dogs, torrential rain, and the waters were rising. And there was a particular man who was a very God fearing man. He used to worship God, go to temples, and all that. And he saw that if he stays on the plains, he may die. So he uses his smartness and he goes to an elevated position like an island, and he goes there and he's there on the island. Uh, but he sees that the waters are still rising, and very soon the island is getting covered now. Now, when the waters reach almost at his waist level, he starts praying, really praying. God, I've been worshipping you, I've been going to temples and this and that. Please save me. I'm your disciple, please save me. Just then, one boat comes, an army boat. And the army was pressed into service to save these villagers from the flood. So the soldiers in the boat, they call this man, hey, come, we'll save you. And this man, with his too much of ego and stubbornness, and he says, no, I will not go into the boat. God will save me. So you all carry on. So the soldiers say, okay, fine, we can't wait for you. So they left. And now the waters were still rising, and it came to his neck level. The waters came here to this level. And this guy desperately started, praying, God, save me, help me, I've been worshipping you, and all that. And then suddenly one helicopter comes, again an army helicopter. And the soldiers in the helicopter, they throw a kind of a ladder down, and they call from top, that, hey, climb the ladder, we'll save you. But this guy, in his egoistic attitude or stubbornness, he says, no, I will not take the ladder. I don't want any human's help. I don't want your help. God will come down directly and save me. Y'all carry on. And the helicopter, the pilot, and all, they said, yeah, I mean, they have to go. They can't wait. So they said, fine, we are going, and they left. And then, as expected, the waters went on rising, and it went over his head, and he drowned. And he drowned, and he went to heaven. Mind you, this is just a story, okay? He goes to heaven, and then he meets God, and he tells God that, God, what happened? I've been going to temples, for years together. I've been worshipping you and all that, and I was calling you for help. Why didn't you help me? Why didn't you save me? And God said, well, I sent a helicopter. No, I sent a boat first. You remember a boat came to help you? I had sent that. And the soldiers were calling you to save you, but you were so stubborn, you had so much ego, you didn't take the help of those soldiers in the boat. And then, if you remember, if you remember, I had also sent a helicopter. Do you remember now? I sent a helicopter, right? I had sent it. That helicopter didn't come just, it was not a coincidence, it just came. No, I had sent that helicopter. As I had sent the boat, I had sent that helicopter also to save you. And the soldiers were calling you, come, we'll save you. But you refused. You refused. Because you have so much ego, and you have so much of pride and so much of stubbornness. You refused. And so you died. And so now you are with me in heaven. So why are you complaining? And then he understood. He says, "Yes, God, I'm sorry. It's my mistake. I should have been humble. I should have taken the boat or the helicopter. And if I had done that, I would be living on earth right now. So I'm sorry, it's my mistake." Now, this is the connection. This story is the connection to my humble appeal. Guys, listen up. When I host a webinar on soft skills, life skills, anything to do with personality development, please attend. Please attend. And not just I, there are so many wonderful, awesome resource people. When they hold a webinar on life skills, soft skills, anything to do with personality development, attend it. Attend it. Please understand. Now I'm talking to the students, okay? Your degree, you do all your online class or regular class, whatever class you want to do, you do. That's the formal degree. I mean, that's the formal education which will help you to get the degree, whether it's an engineering degree, medical degree, BCom degree, any degree. Yeah, that is important. But please understand that degree is the foundation. Just like if you construct a building, they have to lay the foundation, and the foundation has to be strong. If you see any multi-storied building, 20 floors, 30 floors, standing tall, how is it standing? Because the foundation is very strong. Your degree is the foundation. But on that foundation, this building called life has to stand. And for this life to be happy, successful, peaceful, you need all these life skills, soft skills. You need to become emotionally strong. You need to handle stuff. Getting a job is not a big deal. But staying in the job, dealing with people smartly, and using all your soft skills, life skills, and all that, and getting promotion, that is a big deal. Getting married is not a big deal. But staying married is a big deal. And to stay married, you have to build on your understanding level, your love, etc. I mean, the husband, wife, they have to build on that and keep on growing in love, growing in understanding, and stay married and live a happy married life. Becoming a mom and dad is not a big deal. Becoming a mother or father is not a big deal. But being a mother, being a father, and giving the children the right parenting skills, that's the big deal. And so, when I or any other resource person is offering you these webinars to do with these kind of soft skills, life skills, and if you don't take the initiative and you just take a backseat, and if you don't attend, then what will happen? Just like that man in the village, he did not take the help of the soldiers, the army people, and all that, and then ultimately he died. In your case, yes, you'll have the degree, yes, you'll have all this stuff, but you will not grow. You will not grow, you will not mature. By the way, maturity has nothing to do with age. I have seen a 40-year-old person behaving in a much more childish way than a 15, 16-year-old teenage person. Or I've seen a 16, 17-year-old teenage. I've seen a 16, 17-year-old teenage boy or girl behaving in a much more matured way than a 50-year-old. Maturity has nothing to do with age. The more skills, soft skills, life skills, you apply, you learn. First you learn, and then you grow, and when you apply, that's where, when you start applying these soft skills, life skills, you start taking good decisions in life, and you start growing, and you start maturing. Now I'm talking right now to everyone. And if you don't attend, Now I'm talking to the students, the youth, the parents, working professionals, everyone. If you don't attend these webinars and learn the skills and grow and mature, then tomorrow matlab in the near future, in the near future, if there is a suicide in your house, you can't blame anyone. If there is someone going through depression, you can't blame anyone. If you are going through a breakup, you can't blame anyone. If you don't get a job, you can't blame anyone. And at that time, you start blaming God also and start praying to God. God, what happened? I'm going through a breakup, I'm not getting a job, or I'm going through failure, or I had a divorce. Why did I have a divorce? Blah, blah, blah. If you start complaining to God, God is going to tell you, my dear son, my dear daughter, I sent people to guide you. But you didn't take their help. You didn't take the skills what they were offering you. You thought you knew everything. I love this definition of this word appeal. According to the dictionary, it says, I saw it in the morning, in the dictionary before coming on this video. Wonderful. I mean, the meaning appeal is making a serious, urgent, or heartfelt request. It's a humble appeal. Yesterday was Guru Purnima. Gurus are there to guide you, but Shishya is not there. Disciples are not there. They are busy in WhatsApp, Facebook, all other things. Get serious with life. It's a humble request. We can only request you. You need to grow. You need to grow. You need to mature. You need to become wise. And how will you grow, mature, and become wise? With these skills, soft skills, life skills. How to handle your emotions. How do you handle anger? How do you deal with negative emotions? How do you and by the way, right now in this pandemic time, this phase what we are going through, it is all the more necessary for all of you all to attend these webinars and develop. First learn those skills, then develop those skills, then apply those skills, and then you live a happy life, and you will be at peace in the middle of a storm. Yesterday, as you all know, I had this question answer on parenting. Very few people attended, and that's the reason I felt in my heart to record this video today. Very few people attended. Out of those few people, 2 were married, they had children. 3-4 were non-married. I mean, they are working professionals, and they have not married yet, but they wanted to know what is parenting all about. There were 2-3 students also. One of the things I'm noticing, okay, let me put it like this. Why is Sachin? Why is Sachin? How did he reach that stage, that fame, that this thing? Sachin Tendulkar. How did he reach there? Because Sachin was always hungry for runs. He wanted more runs. He was hungry for runs. And in that process of that hunger for runs, he made so many records. Now, that is sports. If I connect with life, you have to be hungry for knowledge. And one of the things I am seeing nowadays, the whole of society, or almost whole, okay, I will not say the whole of society, but almost the whole of society, they have a very complacent, that attitude, that laid back attitude that, nahi yaar, it's okay, that webinar, not interested, this pandemic, I don't have job. There is no hunger for knowledge. There's no hunger. And why I'm saying, in what context I'm saying, suppose I am having a session on parenting. So let's say there are a few working professionals, they have not yet married. They may think, why should I attend now? I'm not even married. Why should I attend? My question is, what's the harm? At least know the skills, no? Or if I take any other webinar, or any other resource person takes any other webinar, and a student, why should I attend? I'm still a student. I don't need all that now. Maybe I'll need that skill later. But now I'm just a student. Why? What's the harm? Knowledge is everything. At least get the knowledge. So that when you reach that position or whatever, and you already got the knowledge how to deal with certain things, you're a winner. And so, get hungry. Create that hunger, create that appetite. Okay, pandemic is going on. I don't have a job. I don't have money. Okay, how do I get shanti? How do I get peace? Okay, let me check. Is there any webinar on soft skills, life skills? Okay, let me attend. That hunger. Or let's say a boy and a girl, they're having a problem in the relationship, or a husband and wife having a problem in marriage, and tomorrow there's suddenly a webinar on something on relationship issues. Hunger. Okay, let me attend this webinar. Let me see if I can sort out my issues with my husband or wife, and solve this marriage issue, and lead a happy married life. That hunger. Or parents, like at the session I had yesterday on parenting, question answer on parenting. Okay, I'm having problems with my son. I'm having problems with my daughter. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, so this resource person is having a parenting skill workshop tomorrow, or this thing is there. Okay, let me attend. Let me see where am I going wrong. Am I going wrong in some kind of parenting, or how do I deal with my son? How do I deal with with my daughter? That hunger. Please, please. Yesterday, one of the people who attended my webinar, uh, I won't mention her name, she's a counselor. And I was so proud of her. And of course, I was proud of everyone. Actually, I appreciate everyone who attended. I appreciate everyone who attended. But why I took her example right now, she's a counselor. She's already a counselor. But she wanted to attend my webinar and get more knowledge. Get more knowledge about counseling, get more knowledge, so that tomorrow, if some other case comes to her, she'll be able to handle it in a much better and a matured way. This hunger, this is called humbleness. Even there were two mothers who attended yesterday, and some students also. I'm proud of them because they were humble. And by the way, all those people who attended my yesterday's webinar, very few people, but all those people who attended, whatever question they threw at me, because yesterday was, question answer on parenting. So whatever question they threw at me, every answer which I gave them went back into wrong parenting. It was not the child's fault. I'm going to end it. Now I'm going to end. So before I end, and before I say something really lovely, something which I said yesterday on my thing, I was proud, and I just feel like, because it's not just me. Or if I talk about me, you see how many posters I sent on Facebook, Instagram, and then I record a video also encouraging people to attend. Like this, there are so many other resource people who are putting posters, who are inviting people to attend. Some of them are giving free. I mean, it's free of cost also. But very few are attending. And most of them, or almost all of them, these resource people, they're very genuine people, genuine gurus. And if a guru wants to give something, some knowledge, but there is no shishya, there's no disciple, a guru feels very sad. He may not tell it to people, but he or she will feel sad inside that, yeah, I want to give knowledge, but there's no one to take knowledge. So that's why I said it's a humble appeal. And so yesterday, all those few, I think about 10 or 11 people joined webinar yesterday. My this parenting thing. Uh, there was this counselor, there was this two mothers who had children, small children, there were some working professionals, there were 2 3 students, whatever, total 10 or 11. I'm proud of all of them because they were humble and they came to learn and get knowledge, so that when they apply this knowledge they'll be happy and others will also be happy. So next time, and repeatedly I'm telling you, it's not only when I am hosting a webinar, whether it is me, whether it is any other resource person. If you see on Facebook, Insta, or any other social media that someone is hosting a webinar on life skills or soft skills or anything to do with personality development and all, please attend. And if there is fees, pay that fees. I mean, people, young people, or even everyone else, y'all can pay hundreds of rupees, thousands of rupees, celebrating, going to movies, going to pubs, going to McD's and all, and how much cash you spend out there, which is okay. I mean, we have no problem. But when it comes to self-learning and growing and maturing and attending some seminar or webinar where you will grow and there is some nominal fee, that you will hesitate. Come on, let's grow up. Let's grow up. Let's stop behaving like kids. Grow up. So next time, and this is what the humble appeal is. Please, it's a humble appeal. Next time when you see a webinar or you come to know from your social media platform, there's a webinar happening which is going to help you to grow, attend it. If there is some fees, pay the fees. And if you can't pay the fees, suppose you genuinely don't have the fees, directly get in touch with the resource person and request that, I don't have fees, can I attend free of cost? And most of the times, if they are genuine people, which I know most of them are very genuine resource people, they will tell you it's okay, attend free, no problem, but attend. That's what I also say. Even if I keep fees, still I tell that if you have fees, pay. If you don't have fees, it's okay, attend free of cost, but attend, build yourself, grow. Got it? Now before I end, I wanted to speak something which is related to my yesterday's parenting skills question answer, is relating to that. Listen to me very carefully. Now I'm addressing this to students, the youth, and parents, and with that I'm going to end. Okay? Those students or youth who are into sexting. Now all of you all know what is sexting. Now in case if someone does not know, then sexting is exchanging sexual images and videos of each other and sending it to your boyfriend, girlfriend, even sexual words and all that, exchanging those words. So it goes to and fro, or probably is going only from one side, it's a one-way thing, whatever. That is sexting. Now those who are into sexting and those who are into immoral sexual relationships with your boyfriends and girlfriends, that is before marriage, it's not your fault. And now I'm telling the parents, listen what I'm telling them. Why did I say it's not their fault? Please understand. Those who get into sexting, or those who get okay, let me repeat this. Those who get into sexting, and those who get into immoral sexual relationships with their boyfriends and girlfriends, all this before marriage. You know why they are doing all that? Because they want attention, they want love. And if you sit down with each one of them personally, one to one, you will see in most of the cases they never got love or attention or affection from their own parents. That's why I don't blame them. So, parents, think what a huge responsibility you have. If you, I'm talking to parents now, if you give the right kind of genuine, pure love, affection, attention to your children and love them, really, really love them, and make them feel awesome, make them feel special in the house. Trust me, when they grow up, they will not get into sexting and all these immoral relationships. They will not. Because they are filled with the love and attention and affection of their parents. But now, coming back to the youth, yes, it's not your fault that you're getting into all this stuff, sexting, immoral relationships, but come out of it. If you want help, talk to me. You have my number, or I'll give you my number. Get in touch with me. I'll help you how to come out of sexting, how to come out of immoral relationships. Because please remember, you're on very dangerous grounds. All this sexting, immoral relationships, it's very dangerous grounds. I don't want to elaborate now. I want to end this video. So come out of it. Yes, it's not your fault that you got into it, but it's definitely your responsibility to come out of it. If you can come out of it on your own, fine. If not, talk to me. And if you have a sexual kind of a relationship with a boyfriend, girlfriend, and if and you want to come out of it also, and you are serious, and you all are serious about commitment and marriage and all later and blah blah blah, talk to me. And if you're in sexting or you got addicted to sexting, talk to me. I'll take you out of it if you want to come out of it. But come out of it. Come out of all this stuff, because all this stuff can ruin you. Okay. So I've covered both the sides. Now I'm going to end with the beautiful one-liner. Now this is for those newly married couples uh, uh, who have not yet started a family, or you don't have a baby yet. And for those youth who will get married in the future, yesterday I said a beautiful line in this question answer on parenting. Parenting starts even before the child is born. Yes. Why? When a mother, I mean, when a lady is pregnant, let's say a girl has conceived and she's pregnant, that 9 months of pregnancy, why does the doctor say, eat well, eat good food, be at peace, see that the atmosphere in the house is peaceful? Because whatever the mother feels, or she has that food or whatever, it is going to the baby. Parenting starts even before a child is born. And that's why we tell married people, and especially when a lady is pregnant, that please ensure that in the house there's peaceful atmosphere, loving atmosphere, caring atmosphere, no violence, no smoking, no drinking, nothing. And ensure that the wife or the mother or whatever, the wife, sorry, who's pregnant, has good food and all that, and she should be at rest, at peace. Because whatever she feels, her moods, her feelings, her emotions, and whatever she eats, it is directly affecting the baby. This is my take on the subject. This is how I look at parenting. It's a huge responsibility. And then of course, when you bring the baby into the world, then your responsibility increases. And that's the reason next time, ठीक है, you could not attend my session yesterday, no problem, but next time on social media, or anywhere, if you hear any parenting skills workshop happening, or any life skills workshop, soft skills workshop, workshop money right now in this pandemic time, it's like in the sense of webinars and all, because right now it's only webinars, since we have to maintain social distancing and all that. So whenever, and I'm going to end with this humble appeal again, okay, whenever on social media platforms, when you see webinars happening on parenting workshops, marriage workshops, personality development workshops, or soft skills, life skills, please attend and grow and mature, so that you'll be happy, and then your family will be happy. And then later, God willing, when things get back to normal, and and you see outside seminars are happening and all that, once this whole pandemic is over, and when things have become completely normal, whenever that happens, and if you come to know somewhere some seminar is happening, on these kind of topics, marriage, parenting, life skills, soft skills, personality development, attend, and grow and grow and grow, so that you will lead a happy, peaceful, and successful life. Okay, chalo, see you, take care, God bless you. And before I end, I also want all of us to pray for all those patients who are infected with COVID-19, and they are in ICU and or home quarantine or hospital, that God should touch them, heal them, and bring them back home safely. Also keep all those families in prayers who have lost their loved ones due to COVID-19 or any other disease, whatever. Keep all of them in prayers. And of course, lastly, we need to pray that this whole COVID-19 thing should disappear from planet Earth, and everybody can once again start living uh, uh, a good life, happy life, meeting each other and all that. Let's pray about it. Sometimes when a man cannot do anything, we have to surrender to God and ask God to intervene, and ask God to help, and God will definitely hear our prayers, and God will definitely help. So keep all these things in prayers. Okay, chalo, see you, take care, bye bye, God bless you.